Hey, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's a little got some side lighting going on. It's a little interesting, but anyway, how are you guys doing? Um, yeah, I as this video is titled, um, yeah, I had to take a 3-month hiatus. And I feel like I want to explain to you guys what's going on. But yes, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm still on this planet. Um, but anyway, feel free to pop in the chat, say hi. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell for notifications. And make sure you click all notifications. That way you never miss when I post a new video. The other thing, I do have my Instagram handle in the description. So if you want to follow me there, feel free to check that out as well. So anyway, let's get into it. So, uh 2020 and even the beginning of 2021 has definitely been challenging. And I that's clearly not just me. I feel like that's a lot of you who might be watching this. Um, you know, just it's been challenging with this situation. It really, really has. Um, and it's been good in a way. I've unpacked a lot of things about myself and learned about myself and kind of grown as a person. Um, in a way, both with my mental health and my physical health, which I'll kind of get into for a second. But anyway, let's kind of talk about what happened back in March, because this is kind of like it's kind of a domino effect from there. So, in March, I think it was March 15th or March 16th. I can't remember the date specifically. I want to say was March 16th when the world just kind of shut down. Um, I remember the Friday before, no, the Thursday before that. Um, I found out that was like when I found out that DC was shutting down, and the show I was working on, that was our last performance. So we knew at half hour that show, you know, done. And that we probably wouldn't be able to do it virtually or reschedule to do it because the rights are just insanely expensive and the theater company couldn't afford it, and they were basically going to have to go under, being forced to close. So that being said, it wasn't just that show. I also had work with them for the summer. I was going to choreograph for them and then possibly do more with them in the winter because I really enjoyed working with them. You know, that's the thing. I just loved their mission statement, and the people were just so kind and so supportive of me and like all these so many talented people in that cast. If you haven't found out by now, I'm an actor. I should have probably prefaced that anyway. But yes, I am an actor and a choreographer in the DC area. So that's especially what I was doing pre Rona times. Um, but anyway, so yeah, all of us were devastated. I was devastated. Obviously my Disney trip was canceled, which seemed like such a small thing at the time, other than having like my whole entire life and my career put on hold. Um, yeah, March was really, 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 really rough, to say the least. But anyway, then I definitely got depressed. And that lasted quite some time, and I was in denial about how I was coping with that. I was not very responsible with my spending, and I was not responsible with my eating. I ate and I spent money and bought things to cope with the sadness and the depression that I was dealing with from basically my entire life being put on hold for that long, for till who knows when. Like, theater is just reopening now, and like there was definitely like no hope in sight. Like, even though I knew that the world was gonna get back to normal eventually, like we didn't know when that normal was gonna be. And I feel like the light is at the end of the tunnel now. Like, we can kind of see like where um we have a closer idea of how soon things are gonna be like fully as they were before. But Definitely back then, no clue. Um, so anyway, I dealt with that, and that kind of went on all the way through December, January, and of course, New Year's comes around, and you reflect on the year, especially a challenging year like that. And I just really decided that I needed to take some time and focus on me and really make a change in my life and how I was taking care of myself. Um, One of the things that I talk to my students about a lot is making sure that you're not burnout and really just giving yourself that time for self care. Because when you're an actor and you're doing so many things and so many other side jobs just to make ends meet and to, keep your craft going, you forget sometimes to slow down and take a moment for yourself to really just recharge or do whatever you need to do for you as a person. And so that's kind of, I guess, where the whole, buying impulse buying things and just eating, whatever, not caring about my diet, like that's kind of where that stemmed from. Was I hadn't really taken any mental energy to focus on me and my health, like pre-Rona. Um, so that's kind of, I just decided at that point that I just really needed to make a change and actually make a change for good. Um, and really work on my habits as a person. So yeah, I've lost about since then, since I came back from my trip in January, I've lost about 18 pounds. Um, and I feel much better. It was absolutely like I really needed that time to just focus on me and refocus my energy and my goals for myself. Um, and yeah, that's kind of why I just felt like I needed to take a step away from YouTube for a minute. Not only that, now I'll get to the good part of why I was busy. But also while I was on my trip in January, I got called back to work and at the college I was working at some more at Catholic University. The professor I was working with, she was going to have all of her classes run in person. And essentially what I was doing was I was being an in-person proxy for her, which we only did that in the fall with the freshman classes, because those were the only students allowed on campus. But now in the spring, and our semester actually ends on Monday, so which is tomorrow, which is crazy. Um, now that everyone was allowed to come back on campus, she was going to run all of her classes in person. So my schedule basically filled up during the day pretty much all day long. Like there was no time to edit videos or anything. Like I was basically in DC most of the week, if not I was also at my fitness job where I was teaching online still for the other things that I had been doing during the shutdown. Like it was, trust me, my schedule was jam packed, which, you know, that being said, then any other time that I had that I maybe could have used to edit videos, I needed to take for myself and work on my health and my happiness. So that's, yeah, it's been really great. And I guess the other good news is that things are opening back up, at least here in DC a little bit when it comes to theater. I am starting rehearsals for a production of Disaster tomorrow as well, which is really exciting. I I can't tell you like the last time I have stepped foot in a theater or a rehearsal room, and I am just so excited to get back there. Like if there's one thing that is going to truly make me feel normal again, it's just the ability to do that, and I'm so happy. Like I feel like I can't stop smiling right now. Um, so it's just, again, it's just a good sign that things are back to normal, and or getting back to normal, and it's just, yeah, it's all good things. That and so I guess the other thing that I kind of discovered as I was reflecting on myself is that I needed a change in my life and kind of, I just feel like coming out of this situation, I feel like it's a good time to do that. So I decided to apply for an apprenticeship with the Commonwealth Shakespeare Company, and that is in Boston, and I got it. And it's virtual this summer, and it'll be in person. The earliest that would be for me is either 2022, yeah, summer 2022, maybe 2023. And they also had a virtual program during the shutdown last summer. So there are some other apprentices that would obviously get the first opportunity to go in person, and then this summer, so my group of people, of apprentices, will also get offered the opportunity. But obviously, if the slots are filled for in-person 2022, then we're going to be slid over to 2023. So anyway, that is happening. It's a very exciting career move for me. I just felt like I needed to go somewhere, you know, change things up a little bit. And yeah, I think it'll be a really worthwhile experience, and I'll be getting to work on some Shakespeare and really dive into my craft some more. So I'm really excited about that. Um, but anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell, but in a very like circular way, what's kind of been going on with me. But I feel like I'm in general, I just feel like I'm in such a better place than I was um back in March of last year. Again, both physically and mentally, I just feel like so much more energized, and just I feel better in my skin, and I just feel like I have a lot more energy because I'm eating better and actually eating what I should be eating. Like I don't eat dairy anymore, which I know makes me a little sad because there's a lot of cheese in Disney. So I'll have to be careful about that next time I go back. But anyway, just it's been really good to reflect and just take the time that I need to for myself. Um and yeah, I in a nutshell, that's kind of what's been going on. Um and I hope some of you can maybe relate. I don't know if this hopefully this might help someone has been who also has been maybe dealing with some emotional eating issues. Um, I will say, like, it has taken a long time for me to actually admit that to myself. I'm pretty sure it's been an issue for at least 7 years. I will say that, maybe 8. Um, which is crazy that it took me this long to actually, truly face that and admit it to myself and then work on it. And um but hey, I mean, you know, I feel like everyone's on their own journey as a person, and that's what I needed to do, and that's that's just the time that it's happening for me. So, um, but anyway, feel free if you have any questions, you can ask. Um, I don't know. Feel free if you want to. You can reach out to me on Instagram. If it's something more personal that you don't want to share in the chat, that is totally fine. Again, my handle for my Instagram is in the description, so feel free to reach out to me there. As far as this channel goes, what's going on with the content? Well, I just posted a new video this morning. I'm finally, now that the semester is ending, I finally have a little more time to actually edit and post all of the things from my January trip, which I know I said that I was going to do in February and March. But obviously, the universe did not have those plans for me in mind. So here we are in May. Summer is usually a slower time for me just in general because if I'm teaching any students, I normally don't teach that much at all during the summer because it's a lot of camps rather than like a weekly thing. It's a lot of, okay, you're teaching for a little bit, like for a couple days here and there. Like it's a totally different ball game. So yeah, I will have some more time. We'll see, how quickly things come out, uh, some more time, for editing. Like, it really does if I don't know how many of you have, like, watched anything about being a content creator on YouTube. It really especially when you're a one-person thing, it takes a long, long time to edit and get all of it done. Um, and especially right now with the device that I'm using, I love my MacBook Air. It has lasted a really long time and like she's still going strong and chugging through things. But with all the 4K and the higher file and higher quality videos that I've been able to film with my new phone, it's just taking so much more time than it did before. And I do have some 4K ride through videos that I really want to share with you guys. So it's just, it's definitely going to be worth it. I think the quality, even if it's 1080p, I feel like the quality is definitely worth it, taking that extra time. Um, but just know that like I think even just that Figment Journey into Imagination with Figment video that I posted, I think that took like maybe 2 hours just for iMovie to process and share it out. Yeah. So and that's like something that's under 10 minutes. So just so you know, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And I don't want to replace my computer unless I absolutely have to. So that's why I haven't jumped the gun on doing that either. Um, but anyway, that's from a content creator side. That's, kind of what we're going through as I'm finally getting to all of this content from my January trip. As far as other things are concerned, I don't know. Hey, what up, Tina? Hello. Hi. How's it going? Yeah. As far as other things that might be coming, I might be going to Hershey Park. Actually, I will be going to Hershey Park. Um, I don't know how easy it's going to be to stream from there. Thank you. I thank you. Yes, new me. I feel like it's so funny. I feel like I can't believe that it took like this long for me to actually get there. But hey, we got there. Quarter life crisis, am I right? Anyway, yeah, it's true. My quarter life crisis that will be official in June. I don't know. I don't know why people are calling it that now, but I totally get what they mean. But anyway, yeah, so I might be well, I am going to Hershey Park. I'm not really sure which dates. Um, but I probably won't be doing that until after my show opens, which is June 18th. Um, since we have rehearsals during the weekdays and I kind of want to go on a weekday because I know that is when it's going to be less busy. Um, yeah, that's true. It is. The last year has been a learning experience for all of us. That is very true, Tina. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping to go on a weekday since that's when it's going to be less busy. Um, I also have again, don't know what dates this would be, but I might be going to Knobles and some other things with some people. That's the other lovely thing about 2020. I feel like we've all had to connect virtually. So I feel like I've met so many people, both from starting this channel and from, people Resort TV1 and Adult Whip Dad and WDWNT and just I feel like everyone has just kind of come together in this community and it's been really great. So um there's some Pennsylvania people that I'm going to be meeting up with and we're going to have some fun. So that's kind of what I'm going there. I haven't been to I don't know if I've ever been to Knobles, which is so weird because it's really not that far for me. But I have been to Hershey. I haven't been to Hershey in a very long time. I think it might have been 10 years. I think it was 10 years ago was the last time I set foot in Hershey Park. Maybe longer than that. Yeah, it was a good part of last year. Yeah, it's been so long. Knobles, So Tina, think of like Disneyland when it was first a thing. It's free to get in. Well, Disneyland wasn't free to get in, but you're paying like to get on each ride. But it's like basically an old school theme park, and you can get in for free, and yeah, you pay for each attraction just like you would with one of those ticket books, which is kind of cool. It's like one of the only places left that you can really experience that. So that would be a fun thing to do. Um, and I'm hoping to possibly, and we'll see, because Kennywood's kind of far, but I also want to go back to Kennywood at some point. Um, that's like more Pittsburgh area. For those of you who aren't sure where that is. But anyway, so there's a bunch of places, a bunch of things that I want to do. Um, like Darien Lake, or yeah, exactly, like those. Yes, 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 exactly, Tina. Um, but anyway, so there's a lot of places that I want to go to. And I mean, hey, if I end up going to Boston next summer, then we're gonna have a lot of things to explore in Boston. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, so I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be going to Orlando next. I know there's a member cruise coming up for um yeah, on the Disney Wish, the new ship, which by the way, if you haven't seen the new pictures and the new videos, please just go like Google that and find them because oh my god, this new ship, guys, this new Disney Wish. I want to go on it so bad. um Oh yeah, I know. I love Boston too. It's just so pretty and I've been there a couple times, but I haven't, spent an extensive amount of time there, but I think, Boston in the summer. Oh, of course, Tina. Of course, you've seen it because everyone's been talking about it. Anyway, yes, New Disney Wish. That is where the next member cruise is going to be. It's one of those like 3-night ones. I think. I think it's a 3-night. It just, yeah, maybe 3-day. I'm really not sure. I know there's a day at sea, and then you just go to Castaway Key, and then you go back from Cape Canaveral. So it's a short cruise, 3-night. Got it. 3-night, no ports. Okay. There we go. Um, but anyway, so my parents, they want to go because it's going to be their 30th anniversary next year in the spring. And they talked about doing a cruise, so they might decide to go on that one once it's available. The point charts for it haven't been released yet. So you can't quite book it yet, but once they are, I think we're going to kind of discuss that and figure that out as a family. But because of the opportunity that I have of possibly going to Boston next summer, I probably won't be going on that member cruise, no matter how sad that makes me. But anyway, so that's kind of because of that, because that we might, you have to use like 1 point. Exactly. Cruises are so expensive for the points. That's the thing. And you have to have one person in your cabin use points, and then everyone else can pay cash. But you have to like shell out those points for those one person, which even that is a lot. So that's the thing. So we might not go. Like if we just like honestly, if you crunch the numbers, the cruises are never worth the points. But I think it just comes down to the number of points and then how much it is in cash for the rest of us to go. So that's kind of where our Disney trips are sitting right now. And I think if not that, then we will plan a trip to Disney. I don't know if that's going to be October. It might be January. Better off renting out points and using the money for a cruise. Yeah, that's true, Tina. Yeah. You're right. Because then you at least have more of that. You're better off paying cash and booking through a travel agent. But I mean, you can't get on the member cruise unless you use some points to some extent. So that's the kicker with that. But yeah, so I think probably what's going to happen is we're going to end up going back to the parks at some point, whether that's California or Florida. I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to end up going to Florida first. That's just because it's the 50th anniversary in October. So, but I mean, with California opening back up and California allowing fully vaccinated people or fully vaccinated adults who are out of state residents to come in, which includes myself at this point. Who knows? We might go to California at one point. Yeah, it is a requirement, Tina, that you do have to use points on a member cruise. Like at least one person has to use points, and then everyone else can in that cabin can pay cash. But exactly. So, like again, like I said, even one person using points can be a lot, and depending on how many points you have in your membership, it may or may not make sense. And to me, like using that for a 3-night cruise versus like a week or longer, if you can stretch it out and budget your points the right way, at Disney, I mean, especially having an annual pass, I'd rather, do the Disney trip and, figure out like a cruise at a later date, even if it's a non-member cruise you know, to go on one. Yeah, we only exactly. Yeah, 200 EDs a year. So exactly the like 400 points if you borrowed, that's the most that you would have for the cruise, and then that's like 2 years of your points like gone. So that's kind of the thing. But I mean, I have a feeling Disney's going to have no issue with people booking up this cruise, and I feel like it's going to be very popular just because like there is a lot of inventory out there with people who like whether they've gone to the parks or not, like depending on their comfortability level and everything's, and just you know so there's a lot of inventory out there, so I'm sure the cruise will be booked up. We're going for 7 nights and 9 days. Oh my gosh, yes, Tina, I'm so happy for you. I know you were talking about figuring out like when you were gonna go back. Yes, that is so exciting. Oh man. And December's great because it's not hot. The holiday decorations are out. Yeah, and people need to get out. Exactly. So true, Tina. Oh my gosh. People need to get out. That is exactly why so my that's why we did what we did so much last year. Was we just took these like spontaneous weekends when once we knew Universal was open, we went in June. When we heard Disney was open and we were able to move our trip to August, we went. Like because exactly, we just wanted to get out of the house. We just wanted to like go do something. It's the need to get out is real. It is absolutely real. Um so but yeah, I'm happy that there's a member cruise. It's a good sign that cruises are coming back because I know there's a lot of people who just love cruising. uh Even Disney fans out there, like they might not necessarily be people who go to the parks all the time, but they cruise a lot. So I think that's a very exciting thing that's coming back. But anyway, so that's kind of as far as when I'm going back to the parks, sort of a nutshell, sort of a thing. So the other thing, and this is also in the description, the other thing that I've been doing is I am a panelist on some things on another channel, 2 other channels now, actually. Even though it's the same people, they just have 2 different channels. So it's called WDW News Today. I am one of the rotating panelists on their show called Pressing Issues. And that is every Sunday at 8 p.m. So I'm not on there all the time. Because again, we rotate, we take turns talking about whatever the top stories of the week are, and just talking about that as fans and what we think, how it's going to impact the parks, etc. So that's Sundays at 8 p.m. Oh my god. No. Oh good. Great. That's great to hear, Tina, that you're going to be fully vaccinated as of Thursday. Yes. It's okay. Hugging total strangers, that is I support that. I'm also a person who likes to hug people. So I get that. I get that need to just that physical contact. I get it. But yeah, so that's on Sundays, and then I'm also on a new show on their other channel called WDWNT Entertainment, and it premieres this week. May 6th. We are on every other Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and it's called Ink and Paint. And the reason why it's called Ink and Paint is because it's actually going to be an all-female show. And the reason why we wanted to, or well, I mean, we talked about it and, an interest, but the reason why it was created is because we feel in at over at WDWNT that there's a lot of male voices in the fandom just in general and not too many female opinions that are out there that are widespread at least. So we're going to just use that to talk about things like the whole princess debate. Like, are they still a good role model? We're going to talk about Star Wars from a female perspective, Marvel from a female perspective. We're going to we have a bunch of moms that are on the team that are going to talk about what it's like to go to the parks, comparing with your kids, comparing that to pre and post pandemic, what that's like now. And just, we have so many topics lined up. I could go on and on about it, but it's going to be great. I'm really excited about it. These women are awesome. And even if I'm not on it, you should watch that show because I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. As far as like when I'm going to be on that show, I'm really not quite sure yet. Again, because I'm starting rehearsals for a new show tomorrow. And I won't have my full finalized rehearsal schedule for Disaster until tomorrow. I won't know what my Thursday availability is like yet. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But anyway, I will be on that show. I'll be on it more once we open in June, since our shows are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I will have those Thursdays off. So it might be a while, but I will be on that show. Hopefully earlier than June, but June at the latest. Yeah, I will post, Tina. Of course, I will. I wish I had a link to share to one of the videos, but obviously we don't have a video yet because it's not until Thursday. But yeah, I'll make sure to post something on my Instagram as well. Post a couple stories about it on those days. But I was on Pressing Issues recently, actually, the past 2 weeks. So I was on last Sunday and the Sunday before. We had a DVC episode, so where we talked about and just answered questions that we've been getting about DVC in general, and our thoughts about where it's going, especially now with where the inventory is with, because of the pandemic. So, yeah, those are over on WDW News Today, and WDWNT Entertainment. Yep. I think that's about it. Been talking for a while. Yeah, you should go back and watch, Tina. Yeah. Yeah, it was quite an interesting conversation. That's for sure. I know, because a lot of people had questions about points and what it is, like price per point these days, and buying in and buying like new versus buying resale, and yeah, it's very interesting. But anyway, so yeah, let me know if there's anything you guys want me to go explore, whether it's Maryland, DC, possibly Virginia. Oh, I am going to a winery in Virginia in August as well. I'll be going there for a few days, so I will have some fun things in Virginia wine country to go explore. So yeah, so there's going to be quite a bit of non-Disney content coming. But hey, that was actually one of the goals for the channel was to do other travel things. So yeah, should be fun. But anyway, I have got to go because I have a lot of things to prepare for the week, especially tomorrow. But anyway, I will say, like, I want to make this Sunday live thing maybe in every other week sort of a thing. I will have my merch haul finally scheduled. This Spirit jersey was one of them, by the way. This really cool, like, Marvel Spirit jersey was one of those things. Yeah. Oh, yay! That's so cool that you love wine just like I do, Tina. Yes. My gosh, love wine so much. It's great. And actually, Virginia does have some of the things are hit or miss, but I feel like it's very pretty in Virginia. Virginia's wine country. It's very pretty. There are some wines that are really good, some that are, but I mean that's anywhere, That's kind of actually I feel like that's the case with a lot of American wineries. Like it's kind of funny comparing the culture to like European versus American wineries, how like they over in Europe, especially France, it's very regimented. They've been doing it for years. They have their system. They have like a lot of rules about, their grapes and everything. We're here in America, the whole joke is that, oh, can we have a vineyard here? Well, we can try, so there's a lot of experimentation and just, trying new things, which has been a really cool thing to see actually over here in Maryland and Virginia specifically, because like we've had a lot of wineries and other things pop up. So it's been really, really fun. But anyway, yeah, let me know if there's anything you guys in particular want me to do. There should be new content coming, hopefully every other my goal is to get these vlogs pumped out because I got like literally 2 weeks, if not more than that, of material plus ride through videos. And hopefully, again, I'm still discovering what that's going to be with the whole balance of the show going back into rehearsals. Because again, that's a whole other thing that I haven't done in person in over a year. So, again, rediscovering things, checking in with myself about, that balance, what that is. So I'm hoping every week I'm going to get out one of those videos, every other week, possibly doing a live stream on a Sunday like this, because this seems to be the day that I have the most open in general, even at my busiest. So, oh, that's so funny. I didn't know that wine was made in pretty much every state. Yeah, actually, Tina, I did know about New York, especially the Finger Lakes area, like how much wine there is because the land is really fertile. That's another thing that I want to do. Is like maybe just go find an Airbnb and like do a weekend over in the New York part of the Finger Lakes and just try some wine. I think that would be really fun. But I know that's a goal for the group of people that I'm going to this winery with. I know that we talked about maybe doing a Finger Lake something sometime. So yeah, should be fun. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping for every other week with this live thing. And if it goes well, maybe I will bump it up to every week. Again, that's going to be pending on my rehearsal schedule and what that looks like. And I won't know that until tomorrow. So, yeah, very exciting things happening in the summer and possibly the fall. So, oh, that's so fun that you go every single year. That's so fun. I love that. Yes. It's just so pretty up there. I haven't been to the New York part of the Finger Lakes, but I have been to Michigan, and Ohio. So it is very, very pretty up there. Anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna call it for today. Make sure that you hit the like button before you head out. Subscribe if you're new. Also, make sure to check out that video that I posted this morning of my first day of my Universal and Disney trip. But this first day was at Universal, so make sure to check that out before you forget. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Wayfinding with Emma. That is at Wayfinding_with_Emma. Also, if you want to follow me for things that I'm doing in the industry, now that I'm actually doing things in the industry again, you can follow me at Emma C. Cooley. So that's basically my name with an extra C. Anyway. Oh, that's cool that you go in the fall. Yes. Yes, Gina. I know that you'll always be watching. That is so great. I love your support. Thank you so much. Anyway, all right. Bye. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay magical. And remember, there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. All right, bye. I'm gonna hit the button to end the stream.